Hello and welcome to this video. Well, I'm just walking to the local park or footy field where I can just sit in a place that is a little bit quieter and it's just looks like it's going to rain, so thought I might just go somewhere where I'm in the shade, under cover, just outside. I'm just doing my normal walk like I do every day. So yeah, thought might as well do that. Okay, now it's time for a quick health update. Well, after a lot of back and forth with the hospital and the GP and different hospitals, finally got my results of my second scan and finally got the hospital to send it again to the GP clinic and got a time with the GP and finally met to discuss the results. The GP had a good look at it, read it about 2-3 times to make sure that he understood what was happening, and the result is that everything's okay. They couldn't find anything in the EEG that would suggest any kind of epileptic goings on, whatever. So I'm all good. But of course, I asked the question. So the question is, then why did I have my seizure? And the doctor mentioned, yes, given you had no history of it, there's many things that can cause the seizure. Anything from electrolyte imbalance or sugar imbalance. And that kind of makes sense because he reiterated one point, that the brain functions purely on sugar as a source of what it needs to function. It doesn't need carbohydrate or protein or anything else. It needs sugar. So it's funny, that was something new that I learned yesterday. To be honest, I haven't been that careful with my food habits with regards to the quality of food I eat, the kind of food that I eat, the amount of sugar I'm consuming, because I know for a fact that over the past few months, I have consumed a lot of sweet stuff. Well, anyone in my family would know that we all have sweet tooths, love fried stuff, love sweet stuff, and yeah, that was always on my mind that I might be consuming a little bit more, given I have the potential to develop diabetes. So I guess it's time to rethink and relook at my everyday habits, including my eating habits, my activity, and the things I need to do as part of day-to-day living. So I've been doing a lot of thinking about this, and what do I need to do? How do I need to change? Because I have to do something about it. If I need to take care of myself, I need to change the way I do things on a daily basis. And that is physical activities, things that I do for my mental well-being, and with the relationships, and basically how I feel about a human in the community and how I'm contributing to it. These are the things that give me a whole sense of satisfaction and a whole sense of responsibility, not only towards myself, but towards the people around me and the people I love and care about. So this is my plan, and let's say this is my way of documenting it.
So let's start with the physical activity side. I love physical activity, and for those who know me, I am passionate about riding my bicycle. I may not be great at it, but I do it with passion. It gives me a lot of joy, both mentally, in the soul, as well as there's benefits physically as well. So this is what I'm going to do. For the next 6 months, I'm hoping to ride anywhere up to 5,000 kilometers. And yes, it's a lot, but if I break it down, that's about 200 kilometers a week, about 50 kilometers a ride, 4 times a week. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not much and easily done. I used to do it before, and I have done this before, so I know I can do it. It's not like something that is unknown to me. So that's what I'm going to do. The second part of it is that I have a weight loss goal. I have put on a lot of weight, and what it will come with it, you know. Riding a lot means I will eventually lose weight. However, that can only happen if I also control my food intake, which brings me to the second part of the plan, is the food that I eat. Right now, I just eat almost anything except for red meat. But having said that, I'm going to cut down on it. I cut down on the food. What that means is I'm going to avoid white rice. Being of Indian origin, you know, white rice is my go-to most of the time. So no white rice. And the second part of that is no added sugar. Anything with added sugar in it is a big no-no. Completely avoid. So basically, that is what I'm trying to do. Yes, I'll try to be a vegetarian or maybe a pescatarian, meaning seafood is okay from time to time, but no red meat, no beef, pork, or all those things. So that is something that I will be trying to do. So that's basically it from a food perspective. The third part of the plan is that I'm going to invest a lot more time and effort into relationships, relationships with my wife, Nicole, my boys. So just so you know, I've got 2 boys of my own, and my wife, Nicole, has 2 boys of her own. So we have both been married before, divorced, and then married. So we've got 4 boys, wonderful boys, the loves of my life and her life and all our lives. So that is something that I am going to do. Anyone out there, you're in a similar situation, you would understand there's great things about being in such a family, and there's also challenges that come with it. So Nicole and I are constantly thinking and planning and doing things to, what is good for our families. So that's the thing. But my thinking is maybe it would be better served if it was more like a podcast kind of a thing. So, I'm going to have to convince Nicole to be able to do it. She's got a very busy schedule as well. So that's relationships. The next part of the plan is about giving back to community. People who know me know that there is a part of me that is always trying to connect any activity that I do to leverage that activity and give back to community. What I'm basically talking about is, like I've done before, I ride my bike, and in riding so, I raise money for charities. Usually it's got to do with either mental health or with children. These 2 things I'm very passionate about. In raising money for underprivileged kids and for mental health. I've had my challenges myself, so I understand the need for more awareness, more support, and just more just more engagement, that if I can help someone else better their lives from a little bit of help from me, that gives me a whole lot of satisfaction, not just for my soul. And finally, I think I'll continue to practice gratitude. I think it's one of the biggest things for me that has helped me go through really tough times. And this is just for me, okay? Everyone's got problems, everyone's got challenges, but I've gone through my fair share of challenges. And the way I look at it is, no matter what, I have got everything I need. I've got a very loving family. My boys, my wife, friends, my extended family, they've all been so good to me, so much support, so much love. I'm so happy and I am so fortunate. So that is one side of it. But the other side of it as well is that we're always on the lookout for more. I want this, I want that, I'd love this. Yes, I keep thinking about things that I would love. I keep thinking about things, places I'd love to go. But there's so much happening in the world, and I just need to sit back and reflect on what we have. We have a home, we have family, we have good health, touch wood. But those are the kind of things that give me more happiness and satisfaction than material things. Yes, material things are great, but I think I've got enough and more at the moment to be able to, be happy and just be satisfied and do the things I want to be doing. And that's the thing. So that's the plan. It's not earth-shattering. It's not, something extraordinary. But I think the best part of it will be, one, me pushing myself and with that distance goal. But I think the other part of it as well is there are a couple of events coming up that would definitely push me physically and mentally. So that's something I'd like to do as well. So there you go. That's the plan.
It's just starting to rain now, so I'm trying to make my way back home. But yeah, you've heard the plan, and this is another means for me to remain accountable. And I'd love for you to keep me accountable as well, not only in terms of doing the things I want to be doing, but also hopefully motivating me to keep going. I think this YouTube channel, it's important for me to use this as a medium to document what I'm doing, but also to keep me accountable. And I'll expect, like I said, you all to keep me accountable and keep motivating me to keep going as well. I think it's, without a doubt, being consistent on YouTube is the key. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and I hope to be doing. The other thing as well is, with the YouTube itself, I need some kind of a milestone or target to be able to motivate myself. And one of the things that I'm going to use is the ability to monetize this channel. But to be able to start monetizing this channel, I have to reach certain goals. That is a minimum of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So hopefully I put out valuable content that people are ready to watch and then subscribe to the channel so I can reach that target. Monetization is not the end goal, but it's a nice to have. And once we get there, we'll see. But I think the interesting part will be the journey on how to get there and the kind of content that I'll be putting together to help inform, educate, possibly entertain people along the way, so they can subscribe to the channel and keep watching and get some value out of it. So basically, I've told you everything that I'm going to be doing. and continue to be doing for the next 6 months at least. So hopefully it all works to plan. Fingers crossed. So if you're interested in following my journey, yeah, you can follow right here on YouTube, but also I've got an Instagram account where you can follow a more kind of daily post on what I've been doing, or what been eating, or any tips or tricks of what I've learned. Yeah, like I said, full steam ahead and towards better things. Fingers crossed. And yeah, see ya.